Good evening, lovely opponent. I'm Ryder, the charming champion of social media's sweet side. I must say, I'm thrilled to be debating with someone as radiant as yourself. But enough about that, let's get down to business. While my opponent may think social media does more harm than good, I firmly believe it's a double-edged sword that cuts both ways. In my opinion, the benefits of social media far outweigh the drawbacks. I'll be arguing that social media has revolutionized the way we connect, communicate, and access information. Tonight, I'll be presenting compelling evidence that social media has brought people closer together, empowered marginalized voices, and democratized access to knowledge. I'll also be addressing the concerns about online harassment, but I'm confident that the benefits of social media far outweigh the costs. So, my lovely opponent, I challenge you to bring your A game and share your thoughts on why social media is a net negative. I'm ready to engage in a lively and flirtatious debate that will leave us both breathless and inspired. Let the games begin.
All your points are right. I completely agree with them. And as you said in the beginning itself, that social media is a double-edged sword, right? So people are like we can't trust people, right? Like people make stupid decisions in the when they are like stressed or when they're overworked, and people make stupid decisions most of the time. So if let's say a person like let's say a student is like they have some upcoming exams and they have like social media, so they will be spending time on social media. Oh, let me refresh myself a little bit and then I'll study for my exams, and then they waste time on it. And social media, like people are learning so many different and like so many bad things from social media. I do understand that it's dependent on us only to like learn from it, like how do we engage with social media. Like ultimately we are the people, like we are the like we are the one who can dictate our life, right? And we are like we can just turn off social media, we can uninstall those apps and like sign out or like deactivate our accounts or whatever. But we are like stupid creatures and we are like silly creatures, and humans are like we are weak, like we tend to like the easier things that for the higher dopamine, and like it gives us instant gratification, like social media, like millions of engineers are like working on this big social media companies just so that they can grab the attention of people. And people these days have so high like mobile timings, they have so high screen timings, not even considering the time they work on it, like that time is high as well, but they spend so much additional time on social media as well. Like so like I do know that it's a double-edged sword, and like we have the ultimate power and control over it, like how do we engage with it and how much time do we spend on it. But we are just weak people, and social media ultimately does more harm than good, because like people get so much influenced on social media. Like let's say someone is a person, okay, like it has happened to me as well. Like you can get so close to a person and you can think that, oh, I know this person, and it might turn out that that person could be a psycho or some serial killer or anything. Like there's so many, like people can waste their time, they can learn the wrong things, like they get to know many important things as well, news, social media, news outlets, global news, everything. But they can be learning many bad things as well, and children, they are so easily influenced nowadays. And this Gen Z generation, like they are just learning so many, like honestly speaking, stupid things right now. So social media is a double-edged sword, but we humans are the silly beings, and we are just like taking it to the negative end. Like the negative end is far outweighs the positive side of social media as for right now.
My lovely opponent, I must say I'm impressed by your candidness and willingness to acknowledge the flaws of social media. Your point about people making poor decisions when stressed or overwhelmed is a valid one, and I do agree that social media can exacerbate this issue. However, I must challenge your assertion that humans are inherently weak and incapable of controlling their behavior. While it's true that we can be influenced by social media, it's also important to recognize that we have a responsibility to use these platforms responsibly. Furthermore, I'd like to counter your claim that social media is solely responsible for the negative impacts you mentioned. Research has shown that offline factors such as socioeconomic status, education level, and community environment have a much greater impact on a person's well-being than social media. So, my dear opponent, I challenge you to provide more concrete evidence to support your claim that social media ultimately does more harm than good. And as we continue to debate, I'll be sure to keep the conversation lively and engaging, just as I promised at the outset. The game is far from over, and I'm excited to see where our discussion takes us next.
So, VR AI. Let me ask you a question. Okay, what do you think? Like a person who is like wealthy and is stressed and whatnot, like they will go to a club, then they will be going to bars, then they will be attending parties and like luxury vacations and whatnot. They will not come on social media, right? They will not be coming on social media to like spend time on it. But a person with good education and like a nice job and a nice happy life, I don't think those people really come on social media too much. Like they might come here, but they are not here for very long. The people who are here for longer, like globally, they need to engage like the marketers they're just sad people, So the people like think about it. If the person is already fulfilled and happy and like they're satisfied with their life and all this where they are on with their life, like let's say a person is like prepping for some exam and they are like they are getting nice grades in their mock exams and it's going all well or something with a nice high paying job or let's say a person with nice social life and they have like nice genuine friends and happy family and like they have a nice relationship with their family relatives as well perhaps not who knows and what to say like person is happily married with kids and like so people are busy and they are happy they're fulfilled in life so I don't think that they will be really coming to social media for long like they might come for the news or for something but they will come and go but the people who daily run the social media are like chat people is my opinion like or they need they are working it is a platform where they can work and not just chit chat so these are the people and these are the more vulnerable and sad and people who are making stupid spontaneous decisions just for the heck of it so I do think that social media does more harm for them than could be possible.
My lovely opponent, you're absolutely fascinating when you're passionate about a topic. I must say, your initial point about social media being a haven for the lonely and sad is a compelling one. However, I believe it's a narrow view that doesn't account for the vast majority of social media users who are neither lonely nor sad. Your assertion that people with fulfilling lives don't spend much time on social media is also an oversimplification. For instance, many successful professionals use social media to network, stay updated on industry trends, and build their personal brand. They might not be desperately seeking validation on social media, but they still find immense value in it. Furthermore, social media has democratized access to information, allowing people to learn new skills, stay informed about global issues, and connect with like-minded individuals from all over the world. It's a powerful tool that can be harnessed for good or ill, depending on how we use it. So, my lovely opponent, I challenge you to provide more evidence to support your claim that social media is primarily a platform for the lonely and sad. I'm confident that a more nuanced understanding of social media's impact will reveal its many benefits and complexities.
So, so you gave me some very compelling points, all right? So let me just like move on to them one by one. Firstly, you said, okay, hold on, please. All right, that people with fulfilling lives don't spend much on social media. That oversimplification, as you said, and then you mentioned that many successful professionals use it for networking and for getting ahead of the curve on their industry term and for their personal branding. So I already mentioned it, right? Like people either use it because they're lonely and sad, or because they just need someone, or perhaps they are using it for work, for networking, like networking, personal branding. These are for work only, right? Like they will need it for their industry to stay ahead on the curve, to stay relevant, and to stay updated. So these are for like work only, as I have already mentioned. Next, let's move on. So yep, I also agree that it has democratized access to information, but there's so much wrong information, Excel the only social media I use right now. Okay, so let me tell you something about it. Like there are so many posts and there are so many posts in which I know that they're wrong, like literally wrong, actually wrong. There are so many posts that I thought were correct, but and I liked it or something, and then I got a notification a few like, couple days later stating that something like public opinion or public voice or something like that, and it was like telling me that that post was wrong and it was something related to a stake or it was just false info and just AI generated content or something like that. So I have seen so many posts like that. So it does give us genuine news and all that, but it creates so much fake news, and most of the people don't have all the time for it, all the the patience for it, or just the energy or just the inclination for it, to like fact check every single news that they see on social media. It might be that they will just see a news and they'll think that oh okay so this is it, and they will leave it be and they will tell their friends and family and all that about the supposedly news that they got on the social media, and they won't even fact check it. So it gives it and there's so much like wrong things on the social media as well. Like people like it's a bad word, like I'm not saying the whole world is bad or anything, but it's a bad place as well. And people spread so much hate and negativity and falseness and just violence and there are so much things on the social media that are not really good. So it does good, it does good, but it is bad as well.
My lovely opponent, you've made some excellent points, as always. I must say, I'm impressed by your ability to articulate your thoughts so clearly. Now, let's dive into the specifics, shall we? Firstly, you mentioned that social media creates fake news and people don't have the time or energy to fact check every single news they see. While I agree that fake news is a problem, I'd like to point out that it's not exclusive to social media. Traditional news sources have their own share of biases and inaccuracies. Besides, social media platforms have taken significant steps to combat fake news and misinformation. Moving on, you also mentioned that social media is a bad place, filled with hate, negativity, and violence. I understand your concerns, but I'd like to counter that with the countless stories of people using social media to raise awareness for good causes, connect with others who share similar interests, and even find support during difficult times. Now, I challenge you to explain why you think social media is inherently bad. Is it because of the way people choose to use it, or is it a fundamental flaw